Welcome to the show alongside Sean Kelly. I'm Pete Francis, and Sean, it was a huge weekend for the NMU hockey team, winning on Friday night and Saturday night in a shootout.
It was, Pete. The NMU returned home to the Barrie Event Center for the weekend series against the Alaska Nanooks, and it was their first home game in nearly a month, and what a difference a month makes. But we'll get to that in a minute. Looking back at this weekend series, the Nanooks came in ranked 19th in the nation and second in the CCHA standings, and this series featured two defensively minded teams. On Friday night, NMU opened the scoring in the second period on a goal by Jared Brown nearly 2 minutes into the period. That goal would prove to be enough, but the Wildcats would add one more on a beautiful 2-on-1 goal by Billy Smith, assisted by Jared Brown, and Brian Stewart made 21 saves for his second shutout of the season. On Saturday night, the Wildcats got on the board again first in the second period with a goal from defenseman Eric Gustafson. 39 seconds later, Ray Canisto beat Alaska freshman goalie Scott Greenham for his fourth of the year. But Alaska showed why they're second in the CCHA. They battled their way back, tied the game up at 2, and that's the way it would end after a 5-minute sudden death overtime. And new to the CCHA this year is a shootout. The Wildcats won that 2-0 on goals by Mark Olver and Eric Gustafson to close out a 4-point weekend.
Well, ever since the Wisconsin series, Sean, it seems like things have been turning around for the team. What has the team been doing well since then, do you think?
Well, looking back at the last month, before the Wisconsin series, they lost at home against Michigan Tech, and that was the first time Michigan Tech swept Northern in 14 seasons. And looking ahead on the schedule at that point, you had perennial power Wisconsin coming in the series, and things were looking really low. Northern fought hard. They won on Friday night. Things didn't go so well Saturday night, but they battled back from a 3-goal deficit with 10 minutes to go, tied the game, won in overtime. And then the weekend after that, they faced off against Nebraska Omaha, and they would split the series. Things were looking good. They came in last week against Alaska, took 4 points away from them, and really turned the season around thus far. The reason for that is really team play, as cliche as that sounds. They've been passing the puck well in the neutral zone, finishing plays, and establishing a physical presence in the offensive zone.
Has anyone on the team's recent performance really been sticking out to you?
Yeah, Mark Olver. He had a really slow start to his sophomore season, but he's really come on strong lately. He has 8 goals, 8 assists for 16 points this year. And also you look at Brian Stewart returning from injury. He has a .921 save percentage, 2.18 goals against average, and his record is 4-10-2, but he's looking to improve on that in the second half of the year.
Well, next up, Sean, we got the Western Michigan series. What should we expect out of that, and what will be the key to a Cats victory?
Well, the Wildcats head down to Kalamazoo, and Western's ranked 10th right now in the CCHA. The Cats have to get on the board early and often. Western's allowed 58 goals this year in CCHA play, which is the 3rd most in the league. The Wildcats have had trouble playing in Lawson Arena in the recent years down there, so they need to get on the board early, keep the crowd out of the game.
All right, well, Sean, the team is currently tied for 8th place in the CCHA right now with Lake State, and is playing for home ice in the first round of the CCHA playoffs. What do they need to make sure they get home ice in the playoffs?
Well, coming into the season, the Wildcats were predicted to finish 4th overall in the CCHA. That goal right now seems a little lofty for them. They just have to focus on finishing in the top 8 right now, getting home ice. And to do that, they need to finish their games, play hard. They do have some challenges. They do face number 9 Miami and number 1 Notre Dame on the road upcoming. And they also have injury problems with TJ Miller and Matt Butcher possibly lost for the season. But the Cats just have to keep up their strong defensive play, get great goaltending from Brian Stewart, and play as a team from here on out.
Should be interesting to watch. Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, Kurt Kemp of the Mining Journal will be here to discuss the latest on NMU basketball. Stay with us.
I'm Mark Rennerlick from Montreal, Canada, and big up to Cat Chat. So go check it out on YouTube, everywhere.